guys, it is time once again for the annual Christmas lights on the house display video. I'm very excited to share this one with you because I've done a few things different, but for the most part I've kept it, pretty similar. I like to do a lot every year, if you haven't watched my Christmas light videos in the past. This year I think is no exception. So, I guess I'll just do a quick overview of everything. It's kind of windy out here, so I'm not sure how good the noise quality is going to be. I'm not sure if the noise audio is even going to be lined up with the video until I watch it afterwards, because this camera likes to do that often. Get the audio out of sync with the video for some odd reason, which I'm hopefully getting fixed soon, but I'm not sure. But anyway, not the topic for this video. So, I guess we'll start over here at the end of the driveway. We got the lamp post, which I think I'm going to put a dimmer bulb in that, or one that's not as high intensity, that's an LED bulb in there. I think I'm going to put probably one of those filament LED bulbs that's sort of lower wattage. But anyways, on the actual post itself, which is being washed out by the light from the head, we have the lighted LED garland, which is actually not LED. It's not lighted from the store. It's actually just a set of regular, just like a thing of garland that my mom tied LED lights to a couple of years ago. Actually, quite a long time ago now. Sorry, that was a car passing. And it's just been like that for several years, and these lights, I've had I think one issue a couple of years ago where one of the bulbs broke and half of it went out, but other than that it's worked ever since. So yeah, and it's just plugged into, I'm not sure how well you can see, sorry if I blind anybody, but it's just plugged right into the socket there. It's on the sensor, so these lights are on dusk to dawn rather than the rest of the lights, and my mom put that bow on there. So then on the fence here that runs all the way from the end of the driveway here to the house over there, I've wrapped the entire fence, the top rails as well as the end post here, with these LED sort of multifunction, if you will, lights. They're actually a combination red, green, blue colored, or not red, green, blue, but multicolor LED in combination with white, so they can either be colored, multicolor, or all white, and there's other settings that you can change them to make them fade between the colors, which I have it set on now, and there's another one that flashes between them. There's one that kind of blinks them on and off, which I don't really like, and then they just have the regular settings where you can just have them on colored steady burning or white steady burning. And this is I think the second year with these. I like these. Bought these after, because the new fence, I used to put white mini lights on here, but the new fence is much I think it's not longer, it's just got more posts, so those didn't fit. Anyways, on the bushes back here I've got the LED net light, which once again, it's kind of that daylight LED color, which I don't really like, but this is what the previous owners left us with. These still work. They're several years old probably. I'm not exactly sure how old they are because they came with the house when we moved in. And then on the Japanese maple I've done something a bit different this year. I put some white LEDs. These are actually the ones that used to be chasing. They used to be like that 4-section chasing that if you look at some of my early videos, early videos of my Christmas decorations inside, you'll see these in the window at the old house. And then in the upper branches I put the white mini lights that I used to put on the fence actually. It's 2 sets of white mini lights, incandescent of course. So I got LEDs and incandescents. I mean, it's not really ideal, but I think it looks okay, honestly, because you got the LEDs in the bushes back there that kind of balance it out. And those LEDs are, they're not daylight, they are, they're warm white LEDs, so they kind of match the incandescent mini lights pretty well. So then on the, first of all, starting out with the house itself, we've got the entire roof line covered in the icicle lights as normal, which I usually do every year. That side it doesn't look too great on this side. I kind of measured a bit differently, and it used to be up there on the end of the gutter there for that. tell from the background noise that I'm dealing with, so it kind of fell, but it doesn't look too great. I've been meaning to go up there and fix it, but I just don't want to do it right now. So, around the bay, or around the living room, or not living room, addition window, we got the red, green, blue multifunctions. The combination setting, I usually have these on here, I think. And then I've got underneath the random flashing icicle lights, which once again, I usually put those down there. And they're, once again, all working. Around the door, I got the green mini lights, which again, I usually put those there, and I always think they look great. Kind of gives contrast between the red door with green lights. Looks really nice. And then over here, first of all, in the yard here, we got the reindeer, the grapevine one, the gold animated one. This one is several years old now. It's probably at least, I think, 15 years old by now. It's very, very old. Well, not 15 years old. It's, I don't know. I'm going to have to watch some of my old videos because I think this may have been, we may have gotten this like in my very first, prior to my very first video I ever made of our old decorations at the old house. So this one is very old. Motor still works. All the lights still work. I've maintained it pretty well. I've replaced all the burned out bulbs and everything. Never had a problem with this one other than the lights sometimes don't work when we plug it in. Actually, usually every year that happens. That usually fix those pretty easily. It looks really nice. And it's raising its head up and down as it should. So then over on this section of the house, I've got the, first of all, the big mass of holly bushes in the front here. We trimmed back a little bit at the beginning of this summer, but they kind of grew back as the summer went on, so they're kind of still pretty big. Kind of ran out of net light at the end here, but this is the same net light that our previous owners of the house left with us, just like the LED net light. They were all working this year, once again. And then around the bay window, we have the red, green, blue multifunctions, the other set. I think this is actually the original set, and that one is the newer set that I got a few years ago. This one is the one that is probably by now, I think, at least 6 or 7 years old, I think. And it's still working. This is the one I took to camp with me when I worked in Pennsylvania. And then in the middle of the window I've got that Joy Bright multifunction tree topper plaque thing that I just noticed has a dead bulb on the outer ring. And it's working. It's on the combination setting, which automatically does it too every time. It doesn't have memory because it's a vintage item from the 80s, which I still think these are childhood to me because my old neighbor in our old neighborhood had several of these in his window, all set to the in-wave setting. So that was pretty cool. And then over here on the ground we've got the walkway, well technically not walkway anymore, they're just the ground C9, I guess you could say, which I usually put over there. But this year I moved them over here. I think they look a lot better over here, honestly, because they fit better, they fit perfectly, honestly. The way they start right there over there at the door and then end over at the walkway. They didn't really look, they kind of looked out of place over here. So then over here at the end next to the walkway we got the little deer, which I thought it would be nice to put here so you kind of see him as you walk up to the door. And then on the railings we got on this side the Dripping Icicles, which I don't know if I showed these in my videos last year. I can't remember. But these are really cool. They are LED dripping icicles. They're multicolored instead of white. I wish I could have found some white ones, but I think the multicolored ones are pretty cool. My only complaint about these is they drip pretty slowly and not very often. And they're still lit when they're not dripping. I mean, that's, I guess, okay, so you can still at least see that there's some light. But they do look pretty cool from a distance. And then on this side I have that set of mini, actually these are like C7, I think, equivalent LEDs. They're just mini lights with the cones on them. I usually put these on the window, the side window over there next to the door that we don't use. But this year I put them on this railing. One of the wires broke, actually. I had to fix that this year. That broke at the end of last year, actually, I remember. So in this portion of the house, we've got in the yard the spiral trees, which is our tradition that we've always had for as long as I can remember. We've had the spiral trees. It's still the same two sets that we've had for years now. The second set that we ever had, and then the third set. This year I kind of said the big one from the third set, larger-ish one from the second set, medium technically from the second set, medium or small from the third one, and the small from the second set. So they're all working still. Not a single burned out bulb, I don't think, on any of them, which I always like to see. Really nice and evenly lit. So then on the actual house there, I just noticed that a piece of my middle of the star fell off in the wind because it's just so windy. So I'll find that really quickly. Alright, I got it fixed, kind of. The wind blew it apart, kind of, but I'll just actually first talk about the star here, which I hung on the side of the house like I normally do, but you may notice there's something added in the middle. It's actually an old tree topper that I bought on eBay a few years ago, actually. It's kind of in rough shape. The bulbs have been replaced, several of them, and I'll actually get up close so you can see it. I had it on the railing last year. It's supposed to have like a halo of like fibers around the front there and a gold thing in the center. But I took those off because, well, that's what fell off before, and I just left those off because it's just too windy for them to be on. I think it'll just blow off again. But the rest of the lights are still working, and it looks really nice. Now the star itself, I had a little bit of issues with when I first got it out. A section of it wasn't working at first, which I got really scared because this tube light on this star is at least, like, it's got to be at least 20 years old now. My grandma gave it to us several years ago, and it was old when she had it. But I literally just tapped it a few times and it started working. So apparently that's all it took. So let's hope that this tube light lasts for at least until the end of this year, because I really don't know what I'm going to do when that tube light breaks finally, because it's definitely on its way out. But the star itself is holding up pretty well. So then we got candles in each window. I think I forgot to mention that. So we got the candles in these windows, which looks really nice. And it actually especially looks nice above the twinkling blue LED icicles, which I usually put under these windows again every year, and I think they always look very nice. I put these on the shed at the old house, which you probably are aware of if you watch my old videos. So then on the bushes here, I don't normally put things on this bush because it's just too much of a mess and it's kind of uneven. But I put some multicolored mini lights on here. Some of these are actually vintage. If you'll notice, I've got a set of reflector lights on here actually. They look really nice. You can't really tell from the street, that's why, because it's so far away. And it looks pretty nice. I've got the multicolored, multifunction lights on here as well, set on the chasing flash function. And then I've also got this set of LED multifunction lights that are actually white. You can't really tell the difference. They're supposed to be on the chasing flash setting as well, although they don't have memory, so they always get reset for some reason. Yeah, so that's what they look like. And then I forgot to mention on the actual house itself, again, above the icicle lights on the peak there, I've got the projector for the snowflakes that you can see right there, just projecting little blue and white snowflakes on the side of the house. It looks really cute. So I think, is that everything? No, that's not. That actually is not everything. Up here, around the door, I forgot to mention, I have the green mini lights around the door again, just like the set around the door that we don't use. And then around this window, there's a set of lights that is not working for some reason. There we go. That one's always had issues. I think one of the bulbs might be loose down there. But I have the 50 mini lights around this window. It's just a set of 50. This is a small window, so you don't need much. And then in the middle, I got this star here that we used to put on our actual Christmas tree inside. But I put this one on the window this year. The little gold one that I usually put on the vintage one, that one I'm using for a different project this year, so that one's not available to me. I thought that one looked nice. So yeah, kind of gives a little more light out here too. It's pretty nice. So that is, I think, once again. Oh, and then I got the little fiber optic LED solar Christmas tree here that's not working. I think it needs a new battery. It was working earlier, actually. I don't think it got enough sunlight today. But yeah, it looks nice when it works. So yeah, I don't have anything around back this year, unfortunately. I kind of ran out of lights. A bunch of my icicle lights broke. The original set that I used to put on there, that we actually put at our old house, one of the sections had a chain burnout, so I can't use that set anymore. I'd like to try to fix it, get some replacement bulbs, but it's kind of an investment. because yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth it. So yeah, but the set at the very end there that's kind of dim, that's one of the original sets. That's a shorter set from our old house that we used to put above the front door. But anyways, I think that's about it for this video. So that is our Christmas lights on the house for 2021. Hopefully I have some more videos coming out pretty soon. When the semester ends, I'll be able to make more content. I know haven't been posting a lot recently, but once again, yeah, so thank you for watching, and more to come.